Hey, good evening and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube. Iyun Benzion. Today's daf is Nazir daf ches, Nazir number 8. The Gemara today discusses basically the machloges in our Mishnah on the top of Chedam and Aleph. Harini Nazir kasaroshi kafar aretz kolayam reiz Nazir olam galeach achas toshim yom. Rabbi Omer ezem galeach achas toshim yom ezem galeach achas toshim yom. Rabbi Reila Naziros kasaroshi kafar aretz oke kolayam harini Naziros. So as machloges in the Mishnah, you say something which is an infinite amount of things. The sand on the beaches in the world. You know how many particles of sand there are. So, what type of Naziris do you have upon yourself? Did you accept an infinite amount of 30-day periods in the Naziris, which is what the Tanakh holds? Which in a sense is a kula, because every 30 days, that 30-day period Naziris ended. Then you bring the korbanos, you can get a haircut, shave your head, and then you start a new period in Naziris. You can always get a haircut every 30 days. According to Rebbe, it's one long Nazirus, right? One infinitely long Nazirus. Let's say there's a trillion particles of sand. There's probably more in the world. So you have a trillion day Nazirus, 1 trillion day Nazirus. Your one period of Nazirus doesn't end for a trillion days. So unless you live to infinity, so that's it. You're stuck, basically. You can never shave it. It's even worse than Nazir Olam. According to Rebbe, a Nazir Olam, at least every 12 months, he can shave his head. But according to this, it's a chumrah. What exactly are they arguing about? So I like to say it is based exactly on Nazir Olam. We talked about Nazir Olam on Dav Dalet Amud Beis and Hayam and Aleph. The Gemara says, what is a Nazir Olam? The Gemara says Nazir Olam is when you say I'm a Nazir forever. How many Nazir Olam? Forever. So we said you're a Nazir for the rest of your life. Whether you live 20 more years, 100 years, doesn't make a difference. 1,000 years, you're always going to be a Nazir. However, you could, when your hair gets very heavy, you could light it in it. You can cut your hair. So Rebbe says you can only cut your hair every 12 months. Right? We had two other opinions. One other opinion says 30 days. The other opinion says 7 days. You can get a haircut, a Nazir Olam, if his hair is heavy. But Rebbe is machmer and says 12 months. Now, Rebbe is l'chumra, right? Rebbe says every 12 months. Now, 12 months, you're going to have pretty long hair. 30 days, you're not going to have such long hair, right? So we discussed, what is the concept of Nazirus? Is the concept of Nazirus supposed to be something which is, someone who's a delicate type of person, a mafunak, someone who's a luxurious type of person, right? And Nazirus for 30 days sounds like, and you're only for 30 days, that sounds like you're a delicate type of person. I don't want to go to the cemetery. It's beneath me. I'll be a teetotaler. I'm going to be above people. I'm going to, not get a haircut for 30 days because, and after 30 days, I'm going to get a haircut because after your Nazir is over 30 days, you have to get a haircut. So you want to keep your hair looking nice, right? So a Nazir is someone who's like above everybody else. He looks nicer than everybody else. He's more delicate than everybody else. Is that the concept of Nazirus? He's kadosh because he's holier. He's sanctimonious. He's a teetotaler. Or is the idea of Nazirus to abstain from wine, like the Gemara says in the beginning, that and it's a degradation. You make yourself look disgusting. If a Nazir is for a year, you don't cut your hair for a year, you look disgusting. It's kind of disgusting not to go bury people because no one's going to bury you, and to never drink alcohol. You're not going to be mu'urav imabrios. You're not going to be, that's the minute of people on Friday night. They drink. People drink. So I agree with Donald Trump. You shouldn't smoke, but I don't agree with Donald Trump. You should be a teetotaler. I think alcohol is a fundamental part of life, and you should enjoy cocktails and champagne. Donald Trump said he never drank, and he never. You could be an alcoholic. It's possible. I don't think it's a reason not to drink. Try to control yourself like everything else in life. People say don't use smartphones because you're getting sucked in by the internet, but you gotta live. So same thing with alcohol. Alcohol, there's no clear proof that drinking alcohol once in a while is going to cause you, to die younger. Where there is clear proof when it comes to smoking, there is significant proof that being a smoker, even if you don't just smoke a pack a day, you smoke often, is increased risk, significantly increased risk for, lung cancer, emphysema. So, when it comes to drinking alcohol, 30 days, okay. You went for 30 days, you went Alcohol Anonymous. I don't know how long that period, that's a year, I don't know. But you're above everybody else. But forever, for a year, that's like degrading, and you're not part of society anymore. People look down upon you, supposed to looking up at you. So what's the concept? According to Rebbe, it's I think this is what the machlokes is in this Mishnah over here. That when you say I'm a Nazir, like the amount of sand there is on the beaches in the world, right? So according to the Tanakh, according to Reb Meir, right, you just have 30-day periods in Naziris because that's what Naziris is, right? It's not really more than 30 days. I mean, you could have a period in Naziris more if you say I'm explicitly I'm a Nazir for 100 days or for a year. That's but here he says, right, Kisar Roshi. So what did the guy mean? What did the guy mean? Most people, when they take a Naziris, obviously I mentioned there's two different types. It's possible to have both types of Naziris. Both types of Naziris exist. The person who's a delicate type of person, luxurious type of person, and the person who's degrading himself. Both exist, but when we're not sure which one to attribute to a person's statement. So according to Reb Meir, you attribute it that he wants to be a delicate person. Most people don't want to be disgusting. And according to Rebbe, like Rebbe says, a Nazir Olam only like once every 12 months because the basic concept in the Naziros, you want to be a Nazir Olam, that means you want to degrade yourself. So that means only 12 months. You could, obviously he learned about Psukim, but based on those Psukim, his Svara of Nazir, and that's why here also he says, Harein Nazir Kisar Roshi, right? You're a Nazir for a 1,000,000-day period. 1,000,000-day period, you can never shave your hair because that's the basic. When we're not sure what the person meant, we assume the person meant to degrade himself, and you're going to degrade yourself. You can't get a haircut for the rest of your life. In this case, according to Reb Meir, according to the Tanakh, you never have such an instance because every 30 days you're getting a haircut because the basic concept of Nazirus, the basic premise of Nazirus, is we don't know any better, is a person wants to become a delicate person, a kadosh person, a holier person, a sanctimonious, holier than thou person. Ron the sanctimonious, as Donald Trump said. And therefore, that's what Nazirus is all about. And it's a fundamental machlokes. Everyone agrees both types of Nazirus exist, and we'll talk about that going forward, but it could be it's a fundamental machlokes between Reb Meir and Rebbe. What is a person's stam das? What does a person really mean? Does a person really mean that he wants to be a delicate person, or the person, when he's accepted in Naziris, he wants to degrade himself and he wants to be a disgusting person? Hopefully you enjoyed for a certain amount of time. I hope you enjoyed tonight's share. See you in the next one.